going on there, YouTube? How you doing? We got another little sports talk we doing here. We're gonna review this weekend's divisional round of the NFL playoff here. And we're also going to talk about a fan email we got. So let's get right to the playoffs here, as we got the spreads up on the TV. First game we'll talk about is Pittsburgh playing Baltimore. Baltimore a 3-point dog at Pittsburgh. It's basically a pick'em game. To me, in my eyes, basically it's at Pittsburgh. That's the whole reason they're getting the 3 points. If you know anything about betting, you automatically usually get 3 at home. Two tough teams slugging it out the whole regular season. Tough games. They're both power football. This is the smash mouth teams of the NFL. Personally, myself, being a native Northeast Ohioan and a Cleveland Browns fan, neither one of these teams are really my favorites. I never liked to root for Baltimore. I've always said I would never root for Baltimore, but Baltimore was my preseason Super Bowl pick. So I just, their defense, the safety play, Ed Reed is just ridiculous. Always been a huge fan of Ed Reed. They basically let Ed Reed and Ray Lewis roam the field. That's why their defense is so dangerous. And I think they're finally starting to balance now. Find the balance of the run and the pass. Not letting Flacco do too much. Ray Rice, they've learned give him 20 touches, no matter if it's running the ball or throwing it. Plus, what everybody forgets is they also got, Willis McGahee, a former 1,000-yard back, and they got LaRon McClain running the ball too. That they can bring that power, wear down that defense, and then run them little screens to Ray Rice, or chuck it up to Bolden with that physical style of receiving play. Pittsburgh, same makeup. Great linebacking play. They got Troy Polamalu, who's a little dinged up, and that may be the difference because, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and we'll even throw Indianapolis, who lost in a wild card. If you look at them 3 teams, them defenses are completely different when their safeties aren't healthy. Bob Sanders has been out. Bam. We all know the history of that. When Bob Sanders is in, Indy's good. Ed Reed, he's healthy. He's going to be playing his heart out, with in memory of his brother that is still missing, and Polamalu's hurt, and that might be the factor, because Flacco's going to check up some interceptions. Big Ben's going to check up some interceptions. I'd love to say that the 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback will prevail in this one, but I think Polamalu being hurt, not at 100%, is the difference in this game. So we're going to go with Baltimore here, and as much as I don't like to say it, we're going Baltimore. Next game, we'll stay in the AFC. We'll talk about the New England and New York game. Basically, the spread is now down to 8.5 points on this game, and I'm going to have to say I'd bet on New York, bet the spread, but I think New England's going to win. It's definitely looking like a more favorable spread when it was up to 10.5 earlier in the week. But the Jets, everybody's hanging their head on that whooping that the Patriots gave them. But historically speaking, it's hard for a team to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. Recently Dallas did it when they beat the Eagles. The Jets found a good balance. They're back to the running the ball. Their defense is playing a little better again. New England's too much. We're talking about Tom Brady. We're talking Bill Belichick. You can't bet against them. Not with the Jets. I think the Jets will cover the spread just because LT's hungry for once in the playoffs. New England all day long. Now we're going to go with... once again, the huge underdog Seattle at Chicago. Seattle getting no love again. 10-point underdog. That's a pick'em game to me too, because as much as Seattle is a 7-9 team, and they're still getting no love in Vegas with that 10-point spread, Jay Cutler ain't proving nothing. You know, I mean, let's be realistic. Only thing he's proven is he can throw some interceptions. So, you know, I really don't know. I really don't know if I can pick that game. I can definitely pick Seattle with the spread. I think I'd bet on Seattle. But, you know, because Chicago run game so sputtery, Jay Cutler so, you know, I'm going to go out on a limb here, folks. I'm going to go, we're going to go with Seattle with the win. They're going to upset it again. And, you know, anybody, you know, Seattle gets whooped on it, you can call me out, you know. Fandemonia, LTD at att.net. You can clown on me all you want for that one, but I'm thinking Seattle's going to do that. Last game, probably going to be the best game of the divisional round, is Atlanta versus Green Bay. Basically, the spread, 2.5 points. It ain't even really bettable. It's going to come down if Atlanta can get it in the end zone. Well, which Michael Turner will show up? Which Tony Gonzalez will show up? Is it going to be just the Roddy White show? You know? I mean, and then Green Bay, are they just going to try to fire it everywhere? Are they going to come with that balanced attack they went against the Eagles? Basically, just due to the home field advantage, I'm going to have to go with Atlanta on this one. I just think that home crowd, that Georgia Dome, I've been in the Georgia Dome, it can get loud, you know. You know, Aaron Rodgers, as great of a quarterback as he's been in the regular season, this is only, his third playoff game. He's on the road. Yes, they won last week on the road at the Eagles, but, you know, they lost at the expense of David Akers. They're not going to run the ball against Atlanta. Atlanta's a better run defense than Philly has. And, you know, you got Michael Turner. That's going to have to be the difference maker. Michael Turner's going to have to run out of his mind. Tony Gonzalez is going to have to, you know, dip back into his youth. And he's going to, you know, so it ain't just the Roddy White show. Hopefully my boy, Mr. OSU alum, Michael Jenkins can have a big day, so Atlanta can go on to face Seattle. Yes, we're going to drill in that Seattle, so you hear it first. That's our review of the weekend games, the divisional round coming up. Now I'd like to go to some fan mail. We got our first little bit of fan mail here from a Shane Morris out of Canton, Ohio. Shane Morris wrote to us saying that basically he discovered our YouTube page and he loved our Mike Vick versus Ray Lewis argument. He said he showed it to a lot of friends and it changed a lot of their opinions. He loved it so much he posted it on his Facebook homepage and on his two groups he has, which was NFL Real Talk and I think he said Steelers for Life. Basically he said loved it, definitely had some good points, but he said he was questioning, his questions to us were, why don't we sit at a table, or why ain't I sitting at a table, you know, better dressed, almost doing it like a newscast, a little more professional. He even commented on some of our Magic play testing. If any of y'all have looked at the Magic play testing, like, you know, as far as that goes, you know, why don't we have this and that? Well, I'd like to comment to that, Mr. Morris. Thank you for your email, first of all, and for any of y'all that would like to email us, it's fandemonialtd@att.net. You can email us with comments, questions, topics you'd like us to talk about. You know, basically, Mr. Morris, you know, I'm not trying to be an anchor. I'm not trying to try out for the 6 o'clock news. That's not why I'm not behind a desk dressed up in a suit and tie. We're Fandemonia. Basically, you're going to learn more about what our company is about in continuing YouTube posts on our Twitter page, twitter.com/FandemoniaLTD, or on our Facebook page at Fandemonia LTD. And when our website will be up and running, which will be here in a couple months. Basically, you know, when I talk sports and all that, you know, I don't talk sports in a suit behind a desk. I talk sports, you know, in my recliner, sitting in my sweatpants relaxing, I'm talking to y'all on YouTube here like you were sitting on my couch, that's why you even got the couch angle here. It's like we're sitting here having a conversation like you're one of my friends in my home. I'm trying to bring you in my home and talk, some real talk to you, as your Facebook group is called. Basically, we're trying to be, our videos will get better. We've only been on YouTube for a week here. Yes, there's some critiques that anybody can have, our magic play testing, or, our I could write more of the stuff I say and read it off a teleprompter and stuff like that, but you know what? It wouldn't be real. It wouldn't be me being a true fan. That'd be me trying to be a reporter, which I'm not. I'm not trying to be on Sports Center. I'll leave that to the professionals. I'm just trying to tap into the fans out there. I want the real fans to see this and have that point of view, not the biased point of view where I'm trying to make my network, feel happy, So basically from here on out, you'll probably still see me in my sweatpants till I can get back in shape to fit my jerseys, because, my wife added some pounds to me with her good cooking. You know what I'm saying? But, definitely appreciate your email. Like I said, we're trying to do it professional. We got the HD camera going on here. I'm not up in here dropping no F-bombs or smoking cigarettes, drinking beers, so we're trying to keep it somewhat professional, but we're trying to add some humor, some personality, and like I said, anybody that views this, I want y'all to feel like you in my home. We conversate and we talk, and, like we friends, like we've known each other for a while. So, and since I want to talk to you like we've known each other for a while, I want to say, I see you have a Facebook page about the Steelers, so I'm just going to let you know, I'm sorry we picked it. Your Steelers going to lose. I hope you, don't feel too bad about that, and hopefully they do lose so that I don't have to get another email from you, critiquing the show. But we definitely appreciate your email, Mr. Morris, definitely hope you still keep watching the show, and thanks for promoting the show on your Facebook pages, your NFL Real Talk group, and Steelers for Life group. Okay? That's going to do it, folks. Thank you for viewing this again. Once again, you could drop us an email, fandemonialtd@att.net, and I want to see some emails, because if Seattle wins or they don't, because I want y'all to know that right here, the first probably non-Washington person that's going to pick them to win, and I want y'all to email me back. If they win, I want to hear good job, great pick, or I want to hear the comments if they lose. All right, till next time, YouTube, have a good one. Thank you, Mr. Morris, for that email. fandemonialtd@att.net.